Hey everyone, Captain Amazing here, and today I'm gonna work on some mods, build some filters, and just have a good time with this account as I work around with their mods and just remod their account. So I am gonna do it a little differently. I'm gonna show the account, build the filters, and then I'm at the end I'm gonna remod it and come back and kind of show what I did and give some mod tips on overall why I did what I did. So let's jump into it. Well, I'm back. There's some things I'm going to go over, some filters, the mod changes, just generally farming mods, some other pointers I have for mods, and then something I also noticed with just how they're farming their relic material. So first thing we're going to go jump into is the changes that we did for their count overall. So there's still a ton of characters that I just wasn't able to mod because this account has a bunch of lightspeed bundles. It's not that old, and he just doesn't have the mod depth to mod every single character here. So what I did do was first I focused on the GLs. So if you notice, the speeds on the GLs are a little different. So we have SOKR here with 585 speed, a crit damage, triangle, 11k damage, and 125k health, and then decent armor. I was able to put a bunch of armor secondaries on SOKR, which I do like. So overall, his SOKR should do some work. I did get same thing with JMK. So this is where the speeds start really affecting the characters, because I could only get them to 547. My JMK is much faster than this, but this is pretty much what I was able to do. But over 10k damage, over 11k health, and crit damage triangle. So you want to mod it similarly to how you mod SOKR, and the speed secondaries here are okay. They're just not, you know, super great, but still a decent JMK should be fine. JML, so this JML is only relic 8, so only can get 11k protection. If he bumps this up to relic 9, it should be over 1600, 160k protection, which is pretty good. Was able to get a lot of potency shoved in here, as well as protection primary. So 12.65 on the arrow, 7.53 on the square, and 7.12 on the diamond. Speed's a little slow at 538, but decent potency, just a byproduct of where his mods are. So that as far as like JMK and JML, they're fine where they are, but could use some help in the future. So Ray, I was able to get her to 530 speed, 11k damage, and 185k health. So I did slice this mod here. This was like a 14 speed 5 dot. So I'm sorry I used what little mod material you had to make this one. So I was able to get it to 26 speed, 8.5% offense. This isn't exactly like the forever home for Ray's Ray's arrow. It's good, it'll last for a really long time, but ideally you want like health primary with some super fatty secondary, kind of like this, but a little more offense if you can. So I just did the best with what he had, which was to find as much like speed, health, and offense as I could in his mods. So Ray is modded. Jabba, so his Jabba was probably modded a little better before. I think it was a little faster, but I was able to put a little bit of tenacity and a lot of health here. A little slower, but I had to do what I had to do so that I could get all his GLs modded well, and Jabba just took a little bit of a hit, but it should be fine overall. In the future, if you can get some faster mods on Jabba, that would be great, but these are just, you know, like for the primaries of what we needed, this is what he had. So that's what Jabba got. And then C, I did actually like mod C for him to be usable. So again, like the primaries are the primaries, 478 speed. I would like closer to 500, and the health primary here is okay. But now C will actually do work. This is okay, but there's things like this is really hurting him. This isn't great. This is good. This is okay. It could be sliced a little more, but the secondaries suck. This is okay, and this could be worked on a little more. Like you can slice this one more time, or as far as you want to go to get it higher speed. But overall, you know, that's what we could do. So Echo ended up being his fastest non-GL at 337, and we're just not that, like the depth here isn't that great. So 333 on Cat. Bush, I got her to 326. So this is better than what he had before, like 311. So a little more 300 speed characters. And then I try to focus on modding actual stuff. So I got his like Gungans working, his Anakin, but we'll talk about that here. So this is the teams that I modded. So before, he just didn't have fully modded teams like overall. So fully modded this Jabba team. Boba Fett can get replaced with Embo and TW if you want, or while you're using the Embocron. I did kind of steal a lot of mods from Embo and remodded him, but he's still usable. JMK, so this is the standard JMK team. Padme's not modded super well, but that's fine. Snips is modded for pretty much like full offense and some crit damage, but she's pretty slow, but that's fine because she assists. Rey overall, like this, ideally, I would say please relic up this Cal Kestis and then just put him with Rey for right now, and that'll really elevate this team. Like in 3s, this will be the team, and then in 5s, you can just use Jedi Training Rey and Resistance Hero Finn in there until you get a little better team members that you can put in there. First Order, I would go with this team for right now, and we'll talk more about SLKR later, but this is what is modded right now, and you can use JML. So JML, you have this team. Honestly, this is the ideal JML team right here. This is what I usually use if I want JML to take on something that's strong. But if you wanted to, you can use JML by himself with Trash Jedi, because I did mod pretty much all your Jedi, at least usable Jedi. And then this team can pretty much create their own team. You can put anyone here as the 5th, that's Jedi. And you can do this under Jedi Knight Revan lead. You can do this under Jedi Knight Luke lead, or you can do this under Jedi Knight Cal lead, believe it or not, for like Malgus. So yeah. C. So C, pretty much this is all you need. If you want to, you can throw in some extra Sith here as the 4th and 5th if you just want to, like tanks or any Sith really, but this is pretty much the core. Like Geos, I didn't mod all your Geo team, I just modded your Brute Alpha, but pretty much like C and Watt is the core of the team, and mostly what you need. So Watt just puts tank tech on C, and then C will just do his thing from there. So Gas 501st, I did mod your Gas 501st. I will say that you really do need the sacrifice on 5s for that Zeta. Got your mods running on your Gungans and your Phoenix. So even though your Phoenix Sabine doesn't have her Zeta, this team is still fully usable. Like the Zeta's nice, that puts stagger everywhere, but otherwise, like this is still a fully usable team. Star Killer, so this is going to be your Star Killer team that you're going to use. The 4th and 5th really don't matter. It's just unaligned Force users, so that's why you add in Rey. And Obi-Wan Kenobi is still decent with Star Killer, but this is what you pretty much want. You do want a Jedi tank here, ideally, and Obi-Wan has some pretty good utility with the team. So this is what you're going to want to use, because your other unaligned Force users are just being used at other places. Ideally, even Baby Cal here really elevates this team to be more reliable against Rays, but if you have Baby Cow, I would say just put him with Ray, and then just Ray Scavenger here is fine. She's just going to be able to turn on his unique. CLS, even though you don't have a fully Zetaed CLS, I still somewhat tried to put some mods here. I wasn't able to touch CLS in himself because you just don't have the mod depth. Darth Revan, again, not really well modded. I did mod where is he at? Malik for tenacity. So if you have to, you can have Malik solo like Padme teams. He can solo Seer Malicos teams in 3 if there's like crew in there, or Baby Cow. So again, not the best modded team, but it is modded. You got your Bad Batch here. Hunter or Echo's modded kind of fast. I did kind of pull off some mods because Omega was modded really well for some reason. So I kind of like took those and modded more important characters. Overall, your GG droids, again, not great. You do want a Zeta on B1 at least, but this is still usable here, especially in TW since you have this Omicron. The Night Sisters, so this is a fully usable Night Sister team right here. Dark Side clones, so I did put some mods on your Dark Side clones, and then Grand Moff Tarkin, I got him modded. Ideally, you're going to want a Zetas to, and even probably the Omicron for a 3v3 for this team, so you'll want to invest in that. But at least they're modded now. And then I did mod the Tuscans, and your Qui-Gon, you don't have the Omicron. I would recommend you getting that Omicron, but I did mod Jedi Knight Anakin to be actually good. So overall, if you get that Omicron on there, you can put this team on defense and maybe it'll do something for you overall. So with those teams, those are pretty much your usable teams right now. What you should work on. All right, so Darth Bane is, it's madness. This is straight madness that you have Bane sitting here at gear 1 level 1. Get him up and running like level 85. You have 50 mil. I'm just going to do it for you. So get this guy up and running. You're going to want him. You're going to want the rule of 2 Omicron. You're going to want to skip this. So do not get his leadership Zeta. Skip that one. You're going to want this Omicron as well on Essence of Dominance. You are going to want to skip the Omicron on Malevolent Whirlwind, and then you want the Zeta on his basics. So pretty much you're skipping the Zeta on the leadership, and you're skipping the Omicron on Malevolent Whirlwind, and then you upgrade everything else, and you're going to put as much health and speed as you can, so full health sets. And then the same way you mod C is how you're going to mod Bane. And that's how you mod Malgus as well. So you're going to want to get this up and running as soon as you can. You're going to use Dooku here 90% of the time. Sometimes you can use a set once you have them up and running at relic 7 plus at least. But Dooku is ideal here. He just dies, turbocharges Darth Bane with his relic 8, and then Bane just solos GLs. So you want to get that up and running. I saw that you're working on Vader. You should continue doing that. I would Zeta your Tarkin so that you can use them in the raid. You're going to want this team, including Tarkin, relic 7 to 9, depending on how much raid participation you need. Same thing for Lord Vader, at least relic 8 on Lord Vader and relic 7 on the clones minimum. You're going to want to R7 the Poncho Bros. You don't have to throw any Zetas on here right now until you get Quadme, but R7 them. They have an excellent raid or excellent assault battle. You're going to want to get that up and running. So raid, you're going to also want a Bad Batch. So this is farmable right now. You should be farming the shards for this stuff right here so that you can get this up and running for the raid. So with Dark Side clones and this team, if you R7 both of them, then that's decent participation, and then maybe you'll see in the future what you have to do. But ideally, we don't know what is farmable right now, but right now we do know Bad Batch Omega is farmable, so you're going to want to get that up and running. Dark Side Ray is so good. So you're going to want to get Darkside Ray up and running pretty much as fast as you can. So like, yeah, this is the order of importance of what I would do, but Bane and Darkside Ray really do elevate the team, and these two are pretty much a team. So if you have your Omicrons, I would probably get, if you can, Bane up and running. Then if you like, maybe you can wait a little bit and you can kind of like get the Savage, Treya, Qui-Gon up and running, and then, or you can just do Darkside Ray and then get Qui-Gon and Treya up and running. It's up to you on how you want to do that, but I would recommend getting this up and this up as soon as you can with your Omicrons, and then up to you on what order you want to do for these, but you're going to want to get them up and running as well, because they're really good, especially like the Treya Savage. This is some power you're leaving on the table. You are going to want to get the Imperial Remnant to R7. It gives you a lot of currency credits. It's just an assault battle that you want, and it's only 3 characters. They're not great once you get GL Ahsoka, their requirements, but right now they just kind of elevate Night Sisters with the Great Mothers, and then DTMG, which you don't have those teams anyways, so this team isn't that great, but you want the assault battle for that income. So you're going to want to get these up and running as soon as you can to R7 after kind of like this other stuff. But these guys are already relics, so you can bump them up to R7 while you're farming the shards on this stuff. And then, yeah. So gas 501st, at least get the sacrifice on 5s. Like, yeah, you don't have any of the other Zetas, but you have 4 on gas. You're going to want to get him to Relic 8 for Lord Vader anyway. So you're going to have a Relic 8 gas. You're going to have a Relic 8 Arc Trooper. So you might as well just at least throw that 1 Zeta on 5s. And then it's pretty much a usable team right there. It's still usable right now, but the 5 sacrifice is really important. After that, you're going to want to get Bo Mando for Mandalore unlock. Mandalore is really important for Zeta income for your guild, and also for, or not Zeta, I'm sorry, Kyrotech income for you and your guild. So you're going to want to get that up and running. So invest in Bo Mando, get that up and running. Then you're going to want this Seer Unaligned Force User team. So Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum's kind of like flexible. You can use Maul in here. Or take out, like these 2 are pretty much you can take out. This is, or even Cal. The core is Seer and Terran Malicos. I go Seer, Baby Cal, Terran Malicos, Star Killer, and then a 5th, usually like Maul or something, and that takes out the really cracked out Rays that have the Sana Staros Datacron with Ben and Ezreal. So this team, it's like end game meta, super great. There's only a few things that take, once you're at the end game, there's only certain things that counter certain things, and this is an important piece of the puzzle that you're going to want for Grand Arena. So all this is great, but you're going to want to get this up and running as soon as you can once you're kind of done with this stuff. And then after you're done with that, you're going to want to work on either Leia or Profundity in whatever order. Both of them are fine. Both of them are good. Usually you combine Leia and Admiral Raddus anyways to create one team that can beat like Reyes or GL Ahsoka. So it's a win-win. So that's pretty much what you're going to want to work on overall. But let's talk about your farming real quick. So some things I noticed about your farming. So if you come to the scavenger here, you have like absolutely nothing, which is fine. You have a ton of Gerda keypads for some reason. But here, chromium transistors, you need to farm these, the Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods. Yeah, I can like craft them, but here you go. You don't want to like really craft these. What you want to do is buy them, because as you can see here, one gives you 3 chromium transistors, right? But you can buy them pretty much wholesale here in guild activities. So I don't think it's available here right now, but it's in like this area over here, and you're looking for Mark 7 Mark 7, what is it, Blast Tech weapon mods, right? I think that's what they're called. But you're gonna want them. This Mark 7 Blast Tech weapon mods, not the salvage, but the actual weapon mods themselves, you buy these straight out of that store every time you see them. I think it's like 100 or 200 or maybe 150 or something for a chunk of them, a lot of them. So if you buy these every time you see them in the store, you will never have an issue with chromium transistors. I have like thousands of these and I hardly buy this stuff. So you just want to buy them out of the store. Out of this this store right here, the guild activities, and that'll, with this currency right here, guild tokens, you have an absolute F ton of them, so that's going to help you out. So as far as the CCBs, so what you can do here is like 1C, 1D, you can farm these if you need to, or you can save your crystals. I don't know what you're spending your crystals on, but you can save your crystals and use them when those deals come out for the 500 CCs. So that's probably what I would do. Like do your 50 refreshes, 100 refreshes here. So do all these refreshes, and then everything you save here, put them towards the 500 crystal pack for bronzium wiring and CCBs. So the best one is CCBs. Honestly, that's the most bang for your buck. So I would put any extra crystals you have into CCBs. And then bronzium wiring, what you do is you only farm pretty much like 2 nodes outside of shards. So once you have all your shards, you only farm 7B, so light side 7B, and then you only farm over here one of these. I know a faster way to do this. So you only farm this 2E normal and fleets. 2E normal and fleets is the only node I farm because I have all the shards. So it's the only thing I farm, like only this node. And it also you can crunch these into, I believe one of these is chromium transistors, and then bronzium wiring and CCBs. So you should only be farming outside of shards. You should only be farming this. And then if you start getting a ton of these, which these you could crunch up into the Gerda keypads, which you have a lot of anyways, but this no longer becomes an issue if you only farm those fleet nodes. So if you farm those only 2 nodes, that's going to help you with CCBs, and it's going to help you with your bronzium wiring. And then if you need to, if you're like free to play or something, then you can do like 1C, 1D for the CCBs. If you really need to, you can just like, probably 1C is best, and you just like crunch it all up, all this stuff. This is great for CCBs. Pretty much all this is just CCB food if you need to. So, but CCBs are the easier ones. I think bronzium wiring is probably the harder one to get. But you got to farm that Chirotech node and the fleet node specifically outside of nodes, are outside of shards. And if you do that, then those bottlenecks will break, and you should augment them with the 500 crystal packs here. That'll really help you out. And then buy those Mark 7 weapon mods out of the shipments here with guild activities. All right, so next let's talk about your modding. So your mods were all jacked up, right? And your mods right now, they are what they are. You only have a certain amount of mods, so I can't mod your whole roster. Like honestly, you just like ran out of mods. So you don't even have like empty like speed arrows. Like you have like 3 speed arrows. I just don't, you don't have the depth for me to like continue modding your account any farther than what it is now. But what you need to do in the future when you farm your mods is you need to go to swgoh.gg and use best mods. Like that's what you need to do. So you go to characters here, and then if you look up a character, you go to best mods, and then it'll show you what sets you should use and what primaries, and even it'll show you the percentages of what you have for these different mods in case you don't have that primary or set. And overall, like if you get a feel towards mods, you'll kind of know where you can be more flexible. And I think a big problem is your mod farming. So you're not farming enough mods. It's like you had an absolute F ton of health mods, and it seems like you're just farming health mods. But you need to farm primarily speed mods and then a balance of offense and health mods, and that'll allow you to mod a good chunk of your account. But you need at least offense mods and speed mods with these two sets, and then just using the health mods as the offset because you need 4 and 2 mods. Then that'll allow you to mod your entire account. So pretty much that's what I mod. I mod speed sets, offense sets, and health sets, and then I try to balance that between mod battles and mod challenges. And you can watch my mod guides to see how I do all these things. And also I would say you should probably watch my mod guides on how to build plus 25 speed mods if you haven't already. But my mod guides overall are going to show you how you can farm all this stuff. So if you can see here, like my building plus 25 speed mods, and then my entire mod playlist here is going to help you out as far as like developing your mods. You have Jabba, you have the Poncho Bros, you should have enough so that you build a depth of your account. Just follow those guides, follow your mods, the mod guides that I set, and then you should start building decent mods. And to help you out here, because you didn't have any mod filters in your account, what I did is I made some mod filters for you, like my mod filters, so it's a lot easier. So here you go to sell all your accuracy, you're going to manage these, and then you're going to sell all this crap. Like this is literally like junk right here, so you don't need it in your account. So let's sort by speed, because you have a ton of the accuracy, don't need that. Defense, you don't need that. Whatever. These. So for the most part, you just don't need these mods right here. Like they're junk mods overall. Like they're just not good. Like this accuracy one, when are you going to use an accuracy arrow? Never. You'll never use it, right? So just sell this junk. You don't need it. These are still okay. This one's junk. You'll never use it. So defense, defense, you'll never use this. So overall, like defense, you'll never use that. These are still like speed-ish mods. You need mods, so I'll leave these for. But as you can see, it cleared up a lot of your space. Reveal secondary. So all you do here is you select all. So let me hide my face here. So select all, and then you upgrade reveal all secondaries here, and that's all you do for reveal secondaries. All right, and then reveal grays. You go here, select all again, upgrade. I take them to 9 personally, so you can take them to 9. And then from here you can see like, okay, what has higher potential? So all of these are like not bad. If I go like this and I say, okay, now I want to take these 4 to 12 because they're decent mods, then yeah, I'll upgrade them. And then unfortunately, none of them hit. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't, right? And then you go to sell no speed. And then here you just select all and you sell them. Boom. Super quick, super easy. And then now you go towards where you're working your mods. So I'll work my grades here, slice them. Same thing here, work green. It's already sorted by speed. So you can go here on the bottom and be like, okay, 4s. I know I'm never going to use these 4 speed stuff. So yeah, I'll just grab it and sell it, right? Because I'm never going to use it. So you go in here, sell whatever the bottom of your mods set is, or whatever the floor is for you. Probably no speed. You can probably use all your mods because your characters just don't have mods. So if it has any speed secondaries, maybe it's useful for you. But yeah, and then you go here, work your blues, select all, do whatever you're going to do, sell the junk on the bottom, slice the stuff on the top. Same thing, work purples, select all. You are going to want to upgrade these, like the blue and the green. So as you go here, you'll select all, upgrade. You just don't have any to upgrade right now. You upgrade them to 12, and then you sell the junk and keep the rest, and slice the rest. Same thing, gold, select all, upgrade if you had any, slice it to 12, and then slice the top, sell the bottom, right? And then work 6 dots. So this filter is a little weird. It's going to show all your 6 dots that are still possible to be worked. You have a lot of junk here. So, and this isn't going to show just unequipped mods. It's going to show all your mods. So like the more high potential stuff is at the top, the low potential stuff is at the bottom. If you watch my how to build plus 25 speed mods, it'll show you how to work all this stuff. And then next, speed arrows. So you just have no speed arrows, but as how you use this filter is when you get a lot of them, you just click here, I want health stats or whatever, whatever you want to do. But that's how you kind of manage your speed arrows. So overall, that's how you work your mods. Yeah, and that's what you should do to start building more mods. And then once you work those mods and you build them, I do it once weekly, but once you work your mods weekly, you come in here and you just kind of like place your mods where you can. If they're excellent mods, you put them on your better characters. If they're crappier mods, then you start like modding all your relic characters until they're pretty much all modded. So yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think. This is probably the most in-depth remod one I've done, believe it or not. Like I spent 4 hours just on this account doing everything for it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, and then I'll see you all next time. Take care.